Makes sense. You just said that Whitehat Junior sued you on a Friday, and you had to go on the court for on Monday. So why did Whitehat Junior sue you? Because you wrote against BYJU's. Whitehat Junior was a subsidiary, right?
Yes.
So what happened with them?
So again, like I said, it was when I was criticizing people, I was criticizing the entire EdTech space. And do you remember Whitehat Junior and how you became a Whitehat Junior, Wolf Gupta, and you could earn crores of rupees as a Google engineer? So there was this entire Whitehat scammiest. I'm going to say this, I don't really care, but sleazy guy, scammy ads. It's like, Wolf Gupta is our star student and he's earned 10 crores as a Google engineer. He's done this. Your kid needs to learn coding, programming, and uski zindagi badal jayegi as a result of this. Now I understand the importance of learning how to code. It's not so much coding, it's the ability, computational thinking. It's all about problem solving. You need to be able to break it up in steps. And the beauty about code is you get instant results. And if you mess up, then you have to debug and get it. So I like the concept, but the way he was pushing it and selling it and just so many things. So again, at some point, his ego must have got hurt. He sued two people, Mr. Pradeep Punia, and me at the same time in the Delhi High Court. And whatever. So I fortunately have a very good friend who's a great lawyer. So it's not like we rolled over and died. We said, this is not correct. That's not correct. Anyway, it's going on. Kitne 4 saal ho gaye, 5 saal ho gaye, wo case chal rahi hai.
Got it.
But
and about BYJU's, so two things which I take from your conversation. One is basically the false promises that were told and the lies basically about the refunds not being given to the students. And the second is the employee culture, which was quite toxic. Those were the main two reasons.
They were all very closely connected. If you were honest and you gave the refund, then there'd be no need for an employee to lie. बस ये try करो, ठीक नहीं लगा तो तुम हमारे पैसे देने वाले हो. But जब तुम employee को बोलते हो कि the amount of money you take home depends on how many families you cheat, and then who gets promoted? You start off with 10 guys, and the guy who makes the most money by cheating the most families becomes your boss. What is he going to teach the next guy? And that's exactly, rot always starts from the top. And it's not like these guys didn't know. They encourage that, both implicitly and explicitly. I think that's terrible. I just really, really bothered. But just imagine now, the first job you got was a job like that. What are you going to be left with for the rest of your life? You're just being taught how to lie. You don't respect the customer. You take the customer for a ride. How can you respect yourself also at some point? When someone is sobbing and crying at the end of the line, मैं driver हूँ, मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, तुमने मुझे EMI से अटका दिया है, मैं कैसे करूँ? Sorry, you refuse, you block the call, stuff like that. And the worst thing was, they pushed everything off onto the middleman, which was the financial intermediary. Because then BYJU's just said, theek hai, the intermediary organized the loan. It was actually much, much worse. So the way they recognize revenue, you're a CA, so that's the stuff which interests you, but all kinds of things. And now, everything's coming back. They just ride left. And that's, there's never just one cockroach in a cupboard. If you're doing one thing, I can promise you there's going to be other things. Well, it takes its own time. And when you're such a large billion-dollar company and you pay everyone left, right, and center, you pay the media, you do the press releases, you become the star note key speaker in a conference, you give all this thing. No one wants to say anything bad about you. When anyone says anything bad about you, LinkedIn kicks them out. So what kind of message are you giving?
What was that post which triggered them that LinkedIn banned you?
I have absolutely no idea. Okay. But we sued them. That's going on in Mumbai High Court. I said, you know what? This is a social media platform. You think I said something objection? At least give me a reason why. They said, we're not obliged to give you anything. Why? And if you don't like kicking us out, please go sue us in the US, because LinkedIn is a US company. I said, I pay you in India. You're in India. You have an India office. Why can't I sue you in India? Don't argue with us. Go sue us in the US. That really got my goat. I said, and there's a Ministry of Electronic Affairs. There's the MeitY Act. Lots of things happened afterwards. Again, this has been going on for about 4 years now. But you said you can't cheat Indian citizens like this. Fine. If you think I did something wrong, you explain to me what I did wrong and kick me out. I don't have a problem with that. But you can't take this. They actually acted like a supra-governmental authority. At least the government is answerable to me. If tomorrow the government does something, I can take them to High Court and tell them, hey, what you did was... Effectively, what is LinkedIn saying? We're linked in India, but we're not answerable to an Indian High Court. We're not answerable to the Indian Supreme Court. We give a shit about India. You all want to come and sue us? We are answerable to the US. I mean, that's just ridiculous. They're still taking that same stance. Imagine. really, really bothers me. And I just don't think you should allow people like this, just because they're billionaires, just because they have large, you shouldn't allow them to get away with this kind of rubbish. And I may win and I may lose. It doesn't really matter. But it's more like often it's the principle of the thing that's not the right way to deal it. So if I win, that's great. Because then you're actually signaling to people you don't need to be bullied by these multinational corporations. You have a voice, use your voice. Oh, we'll
So
see.
the case is now with LinkedIn USA.
No. Very much linked. It's in Mumbai High Court.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It's in Mumbai High Court. So we're basically telling the government of India, hey, what are you doing about this? This is what these guys are trying to pass the buck. Do you think that's fair?
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.